So, welcome everyone. It is a pleasure to have you here. This growth session, boosting commercialization with the EIC Business Acceleration Services. When we talk about the EIC, we often focus on the funding, but what truly differentiates the EIC is what happens beyond the grants or the equity investments. The access to the coaching, the acceleration support, and scale-up opportunities is what really helps to transform high potential innovators, as you are, into global players. So these investments are not designed only to strengthen companies, but to connect with the right partner at the right time. I'm sure today's session will help clarify how you can leverage the services to extract the most of the value. As we also have here today high-level speakers with us. For today's sessions, we have it's going to be recorded. You are mute, but you can post your questions on the Q&A box as we usually do. And here today we have Mr. Vassilis Tsanidis from the EIC Innovation Procurement Programme, who is going to present the EIC Business Acceleration Services. We also have Mr. Marius Ipate from the EIC Coaching Programme to present it. And then we are going to have some time for Q&A and final 5 minutes to present the following growth session. In this sense, I will stop here. I will give the floor to Vassilis. Thank you, Vassilis, so much for being here today with us.
Thank you very much, Carlos. Good morning from my side. It's very nice to see you and very nice to have you here in this session that actually is a session that moves your pilot or proof of concept demonstration to a step further towards commercialization. And the idea of this session is to try to make you familiar with the EIC Innovation Procurement Programme in general, but also with the other services of the business acceleration services that we have put in place for you to help you in your efforts to scale up your businesses. Because we value very much your success. I will start by from the point that Carlos stopped, saying about the business acceleration services. As you may know, the EIC is not only about funding. It's not only about equity. It's also about offering you services that could help you in your development journey to scale up. These business acceleration services are structured around 3 different pillars about skills enhancement. And here we have the best representative, one of the best representatives of this category of skills enhancement services, the coaching program, and we have invited Marius Ipate, my colleague, that is leading this program, and he will explain to you the opportunities that are offered in the context of this program. So we encourage you very much to pay attention to his presentation and make use of the services that are offered in the context of this coaching program. But we do not stop in the skills enhancement. We move on. We have services about contacts that facilitate your engagement with market stakeholders, such as the Global Business Expansion Program that we launched today, and the ecosystem partnership program. And of course, the ultimate goal of the Business Acceleration Services is to enable you to have as many contracts as possible. That's why we have put in place programs such as the corporate program, the trade fairs program that facilitate your participation to international and European fairs, main fair, very important strategic fairs, and we have the investors outreach program, and last but certainly not least, the EIC Innovation Procurement Programme that actually supports your engagement with the procurers in Europe, but also at the global level, in the public, but also at the private level. Next slide, please. A very quick overview of the EIC Innovation Procurement Programme, just to remind you the activities that we have put in place in the context of this program, and for those that you don't know, just to become more familiar with these activities. The program is actually foresees activities both for the demand and the supply sides. We aim at mainstreaming innovation procurement because in Europe, because we do believe that by having more innovation procurements in our continent, more business opportunities are opened to you. So in this context, we are organizing regularly matchmaking events between public and private sector buyers based on concrete challenges that these buyers are facing. Next matchmaking is next week online with on semiconductors manufacturing, and we try with this approach to unlock the important markets of the joint undertakings for innovative SMEs and startups, especially backed by EIC. We are offering assistance to public procurers to carry out innovation procurements because, as said, the more innovation procurements there are, the more business opportunities are open to you to have contracts with public buyers. We are offering skill enhancement. So we try to provide some enhancement of skills in the context only for innovation procurement, but you can complement what we are offering in the context of this program with tailored coaching that Marius will explain later. So we are offering academies, innovation procurement academies. So do not hesitate to apply. The call is open. I think Carlos, if you can provide, or I will do it on the link, on the chat, the link to register to the innovation procurement academies. We are providing tailored support to tailored knowledge on innovation procurement. So I encourage you all to participate because it's really important for you to know, to become more familiar on the topic of innovation procurement. We have theoretical lectures, we have public and private sector buyers coming to explain how they do procurers, and so from the stakeholders themselves. And we are having a component about international procurement at international level. And this time we will focus on the ASEAN markets. Do not hesitate to. On the contrary, I encourage you to participate because it's really important to move to the next step with your proof of concept demonstration or pilot test. Toolkit, very important. We have modules for all types of procurements in Europe, but also modules about procurements in other parts of the world. We don't hesitate to also to visit this toolkit, because we have recently published a very important module about proof of concept demonstrations and procurements after in the public sector after proof of concept demonstrations or pilot tests. One of the main questions that we receive from public buyers when it comes to proof of concept demonstrations or pilot tests is the following: Am I allowed to work to enable this SMEs that I did a POC or a pilot test with prior to the tender to enable the participation? So are they eligible to participate as potential suppliers? Because I have worked with them prior to the tenders, to the call for tenders. And the reply is yes, but this yes has to be with some activities that the public sector should do. For example, to publish, respecting, of course, the IPRs and any trade secret, any information that could become available to all SMEs, to all potential suppliers if they go to the call for tenders after the POC or the pilot test. So I encourage you to have a look to this toolkit, really important to lift any doubts that the public sector may have following the proof of concept demonstration or the pilot test that happens after this, that happens in the context of this project. And final, last but not least, assistance. We provide you with free of cost tailored assistance. So we are guiding you the whole way on a tailor on how to draft procurements, and we have very significant results out of this, because we have seen companies using this free of cost assistance tailored to you. I mean, like to your solution and your specificity of the company, that managed to win contracts due to this assistance that we are offering. And of course, I mean, like in the context of all this is the proof of concept demonstrations and pilot tests that Innomatch does. It's really important for us. It is really important to embed all these proof of concept demonstrations and pilot tests in the context of all these activities in order to be able to support you even more in your way to have more contracts with the public or the private sector. Next slide, please, Carlos. Here you see a visualization of how this is working. We have there is support at every milestone, getting to know procurement for those that you don't know procurement, you are not familiar, you need to enhance your skills. Academies, I said, join. Don't hesitate to join. It's really important to you, and we have very important results coming out of academy. We couldn't believe that. I will show you later on that there are so important results from the academies, resulting from the academies, the toolkit, and the assistance to public buyers. The first step. The second step is the engagement with the buyers, matchmaking. When you see opportunity, go for it. Apply to become to engage with the potential buyers, and of course the collaboration with buyers, where this proof of concept demonstrations. But on top of that, you can make use the assistance that we are offering in order to translate this proof of concept demonstration or pilot test with a buyer that you have chosen to actual offer in a tender. Next slide, please. Here is the Innomatch, the Innomatch project. You know it perhaps better than me because you are in it. You are implementing it. Two types of calls. The one that you have been awarded a grant, EIC and the buyer, and the other that we will soon launch call for proposals. We have selected 4 buyers that they are looking for EIC awardees to do a proof of concept demonstration or pilot test with. And of course, the Innomatch, the program, prepare, deploy, assess, and maximize growth that you are experiencing. So next slide, please. Here is something that I wanted to highlight: the financial impact of all these activities that I have presented in my first slide. So we have managed to, in 2 years' time, from March 2024 to February 2026. So these are figures from March 24. I would say covering almost 2 years, but I would say less than a period of 2 years, probably 1 year, because the beginning, there was not so much interest. But then when EIC awardees saw the importance of being involved in procurement processes, it was like a snowball effect, and these figures are actually within 1 year. So we managed to unlock around 260 million euros of business opportunities through procurement to EIC awardees. Out of this, we know that thanks to activities related to assistance and to academies, so I highlight the importance of the academies, there are EIC awardees that managed to submit offers with a budget of around 47 million euros, and around 16.5 cases. We know that there are tenders won, and of course there are some pending, so that's why we don't have the full picture. But and this figure is growing and growing. So do not hesitate to stay tuned, to make a use of all these services, to participate to the academy that is coming on 20th of April, and of course to participate to the EIC Summit in the beginning of June, where there will be a session on innovation procurement as well. Innovation procurement is here to stay because it's a tool that has proven to be extremely useful for the scaling up of SMEs and startups. So you will see more and more the European Commission paying attention to this, including the upcoming Innovation Act that will try to focus on issues related to innovation procurement. Next slide, please. That's all from my side. So thank you very much again, and I leave you in the hands of my a very good colleague of mine, Marius, that actually he will guide you through the coaching program. Really pay attention to this program because it can help you even more scale up your businesses and to benefit from the proof of concept demonstration or pilot test that you are implementing right now. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning once again from the sunny Brussels, and thank you for the invitation. It's great to see your interest in how the EIC can support you beyond the pilot phase. And to start us off, I'd like to give you a quick overview of the EIC Business Coaching Programme. Today I will talk about what this program is, how it works, and how it can help you during your collaboration with buyers within the InnoMatch project. The goal of the coaching is very simple, is to help you move faster towards the market, to secure your first buyers and build a strong base for your future scale-up. Now, as you know, InnoMatch is a fantastic opportunity, and it gives you access to real buyers and real testing environments. And this is very important, to truly make the most of it, you also need the right strategic support. You need someone who can help you shape your, let's say, value proposition, prepare your key discussions, and turn a pilot into a long-term commercial opportunity. And this is exactly where EIC Business Coaching comes in. Business coaching is there to reinforce your work and help you make confident decisions, but also keep you focused on what really matters for adoption and growth. So with that in mind, let's take a closer look at how the coaching program works and how you can benefit from it. Next slide, please, Carlos. Right, so let's clarify from the beginning what business coaching is. First of all, this is a personalized one-to-one support service, which is created specifically for the EIC beneficiaries, for the Pathfinder beneficiaries, Transition and Accelerator. In other words, it is tailored to you, to your project and your challenges. And it can help you find answers to questions that you might have on your way to the market. Now, something important to highlight here is that the EIC business coaches you may find in our database and you may work with are not consultants, are not generic consultants. We are very proud about the quality of the selected coaches, and we put much effort into selecting those with significant and remarkable experience, business experience. They are experienced entrepreneurs, industry leaders, and also experienced deep tech experts. These are individuals who have built themselves companies, who have raised themselves different investment rounds, and who have negotiated, most of them have negotiated with buyers and work on scaling their technology internationally. So they really understand the journey you are on because they have lived it themselves. And what they bring, it's very practical. It's real world experience. This is not theory. This is not an academic approach. This is, again, real world experience. They can help you sharpen your business strategy. They will sit with you and will work together with you for instance, to refine your value proposition, to craft a compelling value proposition, or to identify, to map different pathways you could take towards commercialization. They also help you validate your commercial assumptions. They could help you identify blind spots that we all have. And they can also help you to structure your next steps so you can move forward with more clarity and more confidence. So the coaching is very hands-on and very focused on your growth. In practical terms, a coach can also help you prepare for a buyer meeting and can define KPIs for your pilot, improve your pitch, or shape your long-term market strategy. It's really about having someone by your side who helps you make better decisions and move faster in the right direction. Let's now move to the next step and talk about what we offer and what is in it for you. First of all, the coaching is fully funded by the EIC. You get a package worth of 12,000 euros, which corresponds to 96 coaching hours. I think this is not the right slide, Carlos. This is the one that I wanted to, yeah. Again, you get a 12,000 euros worth of service, which corresponds to 96 coaching hours of personalized coaching. To make things easy, the first 3 days are activated immediately, so you can start working with your coach right away. The remaining days can be used later on in blocks of 24 coaching hours. And this depends, of course, of your needs, which might evolve during the match process. And the impact, it's real. And here I included 2 illustrative percentages. Over the years, 96% of the coached beneficiaries said they would recommend this service to other companies or to their peers, and 89% reported a clear positive impact on their business and on their project. These numbers match what we see every day when the companies, when different teams receive structured business support early on, and their path to adoption becomes much smoother, much faster, and also far more strategic. So to put it simply, you get personalized guidance delivered by well-known experts, and this is funded in full by the EIC. And this is designed to help you make the most of your innovation journey. Now I think we can move to slide number 4, and we will talk about the coaching in the InnoMatch cycle. First, in the preparation phase, this is where your coach helps you define clear KPIs. It can help you shape your pilot plan and refine your commercialization positioning. It's really about getting the foundations right before, and getting solid foundations right before you start working with the buyer. Then in the second phase, we move to the deploy phase. Here, the coaching becomes more hands-on. Your coach can help you monitor progress, adjust your strategy when needed, and manage communication with the buyer. This is often the phase where the buyer expectations become clearer. So having someone experienced by your side can make a big difference. And third phase, finally, the third phase, we have the assess phase here. This is where you take everything you learned from the pilot and work with your coach to transform it into a market-ready offering. You look at what worked. You will also look at what needs to be improved, and how to turn the pilot into a real adoption or scale-up strategy. So from the beginning to the end of the InnoMatch cycle, coaching is there to support you, to guide you to make the most of your pilot. Let's go now to slide number 5, and we'll talk here about, I'll try to give you a clear picture of how the support framework works, and I'd like to use an illustration for this. Imagine that InnoMatch is a facilitator who opens a very important door for you. It gives you access to your first buyers, and it finances your pilot. And for many early stage deep tech companies, this is already a huge achievement, something that normally might take years. But as you know, stepping into a buyer's environment is not easy, and it comes with different challenges. You need to know how to present your solution, how to speak the language of procurers, and how to explain the value of your technology in a way that really resonates with the respective procurer, with the respective organization. And this is not easy. It's not always straightforward. This is exactly why EIC Business Coaching Service support becomes essential, because the coaches prepares you to walk through that door with confidence. Your coach will work with you to shape a clear commercial strategy and refine your value proposition to make sure you show up prepared for these discussions with the buyer. The coach will also support you in understanding the procurer's expectations, managing the communication with different stakeholders, and focusing on long-term adoption, not just on the technical success of the pilot, because it might happen that the technical pilot, it's a success, but the procurer, this doesn't respond to the procurer's expectations. So when you combine the strengths of InnoMatch and the EIC coaching, you get a very powerful mix. I dare to say that basically InnoMatch brings you the buyer, and coaching helps you to turn this opportunity into real market traction. So together, these two elements can significantly accelerate your path to the market. Next slide, please. Let me now explain how you can actually start the business coaching in practice. First of all, you have a total of, as I mentioned, 96 coaching hours available. These hours are delivered in blocks of 24 coaching hours which means you can use the support in several phases depending on your progress and your needs along the InnoMatch journey, but also along your project. You may work with different coaches, and of course, in order to address the different needs that you have. So how do you begin? The first step is simply to log in the EIC coaching platform. Once you're there, you can browse through our list of experienced coaches and pick a few who match your challenges. These coaches are automatically, those that you have pre-selected, are automatically notified and asked to confirm their availability. If you want to make sure the fit is right, you can also set up a short chemistry call with the coaches who confirm their availability. And you may contact them directly and plan a short discussion. It's just a quick conversation to see if you connect well and if they understand your project. After this chemistry call, or without this chemistry call, you make your final choice in the coaching platform. You select your coach, and subsequently, together with the coach, you will define the objectives and the priorities you want to work on. Then the coaching plan is created, is drafted by the coach, and is sent to us for approval. And we initiate the admin part, the contracting, and everything what is related to this, let's say, admin part. Yeah. One important recommendation, which I would like to highlight here, is to start early on or early in the project. By starting early, you can make full use of the support throughout the whole InnoMatch process, during the preparation phase, during the deployment of the pilot, and then later when you start planning the adoption and scale up. So the earlier you get started, the more impact the coaching will have. And now we arrive to the next slide, to the slide number 7, which is actually a key message that I would like to pass you. And it's a bit of a summary of what has been mentioned during this presentation. So EIC Business Coaching is here to help you turn your pilot into a real market opportunity. It is fully funded, it's personalized, and it's designed to strengthen your commercial strategy and support your path toward adoption and scale. So we encourage you to take full advantage of it. And I'd be happy to answer, of course, all questions you might have. And if you go to the next slide, which is the final slide, here you have 2 email addresses where you can address your questions. If you face any IT issue, I don't know, maybe you cannot connect to the platform or anything like that, you can drop a short email to the first email address. And if you have any questions related to the coaching plans, to selecting a coach or contracting payments for the coaches, don't hesitate to write an email to the second email address. Well, that was all from me, and I'll be happy to take questions when the questions part will be open. I think it will be a separate slot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marius. It was very interesting. If I may, I will break the ice concerning the Q&A. As it was very interesting what you mentioned about identifying blind spots within the companies. I would like to know what are the most common strategic gaps that you see when comparing what coaching successful help to address? What are these main strategic gaps that the company usually have?
Oh, that's such a broad question, Carlos. Well, it depends. It depends of the technology readiness level in which the respective company is, and There are so many different aspects which can influence this. Well, I think if we are talking about the Pathfinder project, I think what the main challenge is to go from the research mentality to the business mentality, and making this step is not easy because it involves a lot of changes and beliefs that you might have, and making this step comes with a huge effort that must be done from the research team. In the transition, I think it's I think here is the intellectual property issue, because many teams are not ready for this step, or they have not considered enough these aspects. And for the accelerator, I would say that it's the business strategy which is not well consolidated, and is not they are not these benefits, part of these beneficiaries are not agile enough to swiftly and rapidly change depending on the needs in the market. So yeah, that this is what I would mention, just as a quick, let's say, try to identify a few aspects that comes over and over again in when we study these coaching plans that we receive.
Well, it's very interesting, and we had a comment in the Q&A box, because it is a comment rather than a question. They said that it is a useful opportunities for SMEs. We had a similar consultancy from the EIC funded for a project, and it was successful. I would be happy to apply again for business coaching from the EIC. Then we have another question. As an EIC Accelerator awardee, we have already enjoyed of EIC Business Coaching Service during the project. Is this still an option for us?
Yes, absolutely, and we are happy you are happy with the quality of the coaching. Yes, as long as you have not exceeded as long as you have not consumed your 96 coaching hours, you are still entitled for the remaining hours. And exceptionally, we can also go beyond the 96 hours. Of course, this requires a justification, and it's subject to the approval of our authorizing officer. But we had quite a few cases when we went beyond these 96 coaching hours.
Okay, thank you. I would have also a question for Vassilis in regard to the Business Acceleration Services. It is not my opinion, but something we have told with the companies during our mentoring sessions, and many beneficiaries underutilize the services beyond EIC funding. Is there any practical advice to leverage the business acceleration service opportunities through this growth journey?
If I understand your question, I mean, like the companies are not so much aware of what is offered more than that, if I understood well. Okay. Yeah, I think that it is really important, because these services are made for you, and these services are offered to you. I mean, like the majority of them are free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. You just apply and or show your interest, and you are either you're selected and to move on with the services. What I have to say is that just to pay attention to our messages, to follow the community. And when it comes to the EIC Innovation Procurement Programme that I manage and I explained, it's really important to stay tuned with the activities, but also to register to the newsletter of the program or to the newsletter of the BAS services. There you have the opportunity to follow the different activities that are happening, and the results, sometimes also the results are present and are presented there. So my advice would be stay tuned, because there are lots there. You are privileged because you are part of the EIC, of the EIC family, and you are offered these services, sometimes, the majority of the times, free of cost. So make use of them. So it's for you. And yeah, I mean, like, my message is stay tuned.
Thank you.
Carlos, I have a question for you this time. Can you please tell me, if you know, which is the most represented program here among our audience? Is it Pathfinder, or is it Transition? Is it the Accelerator?
Accelerator.
Accelerator. All right. Because I'd like to come back a bit to your first question and then maybe be more precise with these challenges that these companies face. I can give a few more examples of challenges that could illustrate how coaching can help. And among these challenges, I would also I would like to mention, for instance, that one of the things which is not understood maybe is that small EU companies often face tough competition from big global players. And coaching can help here to position the company in such a way to make to be safe in this competition. And many of these coaches have their own network. They are also business angels, or they are VCs that can open some doors for them. And this happens quite often. Another challenge is this achieving sustainable profitability. Many startups, many companies struggle to transition from generating revenue to achieving consistent profitability. And this can deter investors or even buyers and limit the company's ability to fund long-term growth. So this is another example where the coach can support and help the company to really achieve this sustainable profitability. Also, another challenge is this complex operational landscape, because scaling up production with the accelerator companies, it's difficult, and managing logistics, ensuring quality control, or complying with diverse regulations across different markets can be overwhelming. And these operational complexities can lead to delays or increased costs, or even damage the company's reputation if the company is not able to come up with a solution. And an external eye can look into this and find alternative solutions that might have not been considered by the respective company and the CEO. Another challenge that we might have with the EIC Accelerator company is that it is often difficult to build a high-performing leadership team, because the skills needed to lead a rapidly growing company are different from those required in the early stage. And the companies need a strong and experienced leadership team, and companies can struggle to make strategic decisions and manage effectively and maintain a positive culture inside the company when the company is growing fast. What else I could mention here? Maybe, we have this challenge related to expanding into international markets, and we all know that entering new markets poses significant challenges related to understanding the local regulation, to adapt the product to the local needs. And also another thing is to build a local presence that is efficient. And if these are not properly addressed, the international expansion can lead to significant financial losses, and also damage the company's reputation. Maybe one word about the maintaining the investor confidence in a rapid changing environment, because when you scale up, requires constant adaptation and evolution, which can create uncertainty for the investors. If the company fails to communicate effectively and to communicate clearly and demonstrate that there is a consistent progress, the investor confidence starts to fade, can decrease, and this could impact future funding rounds. Maybe one last thing which I'd like to mention. It's related to building a solid and scalable technology infrastructure, because rapid growth can strain the company's existing technology systems, and this leads to performance issues, and there are security vulnerabilities sometimes, or data management challenges, and this can disrupt operations, and this can also damage the customer's trust, and in the end will impact the company's ability to scale effectively.
Mm-hmm.
So this would be a few more examples of challenges which might be faced by an accelerator company, and where a coach can definitely have a positive impact.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting. We have another question from the audience. Is every EIC awardee eligible for the coaching? Will it be 100% granted if we apply?
And if the coaching is free of cost,
Yes.
so the company.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned in my presentation, the full cost is covered by EIC. Actually, as of this year, business coaching became mandatory for all EIC Accelerator beneficiaries and EIC Transition beneficiaries. Mm-hmm. So until last year, it was optional, but now it's considered to be part of the grant. And the companies, the new beneficiaries, should make clear, even in the grant agreement preparation phase, that they have they commit to work with the coach. So again, it's free of cost for you. It's not free of cost for us. It costs the 96 hours cost us 12,000 euros, and this is an entitlement for every EIC beneficiary.
I have one last
Carlos, if I may, just to build on what Marius said, and this is really important, all the services that we are offering to you are free of cost for you, the majority, but not free of cost for us. So it is really important to, when you make a choice and you enter into a service, to make the best out of it, because there is a lot of effort behind this, and a lot of budget that is spent by EIC trying to scale up your business even more. So it was a really important point that Marius made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also to continue on the same line, just last week I was in a meeting with someone who was interested to submit a proposal, And they said that they come actually mainly for the support services, because the grants, of course, you can go through different investment rounds, but the services and the ecosystem that EIC built is something that brings a lot of value, and it's really can be really essential in your success.
I have one last question, just to summarize what was this discussion about, because you already mentioned some differences among the needs of an accelerator or a pathfinder or a transition project. But then you also mentioned in your presentation that there are some procedure as chemistry calls to know each other and so on. I would like to know, just to summarize, how the coaching structure adapt to each of the different beneficiaries' needs.
Sure. The coaching starts from the needs. When a company or a transition or pathfinder team searches for a coach, of course, they will search according to their needs and challenges. And when they make their final choice, then they will sit together with the coach and identify the main needs to be tackled. And that will be transposed in a coaching plan that the respective coach will submit to us. This coaching plan is basically an annex to the contract that we issue for the respective coach. And at the end, after the coaching assignment is implemented, we will assess if this plan has been implemented and if it was successful, and only then we will pay the coach.
Okay, thank you. It is very interesting. It is a very solid structure. I think there are no more questions, so we can go to the next point, which is our upcoming growth session, which is going to take place on March the 11th. Sorry, this session is going to be around go-to-market strategies and internationalizations. We are going to have Adrian International, which is a specialized consultancy company specialized on go-to-market strategies and market expansion on different countries. We are also going to have during the session the EIC Access Plus project coordinator. This is an initiative on the EIC which is providing discounts on the different EIC service catalog. So for this upcoming session, we would highly recommend you to also take a look to this different EIC service catalog. But for sure, as we are still on today's session, keep an eye on the EIC Coaching Program, keep an eye on the different EIC Business Acceleration Services, and don't lose the opportunity to work with these high skilled professionals that we have in the EIC. This is all from today. Thank you so much, Vassilis, Marius, and the audience for their attention and their time. I think it was a very fruitful session. And again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.